Transforming your world, transforming your dreams, transforming your ideas to come true. God has given us wisdom to inspire our world, to make our generation, Nigeria, a better place. Thank God He's given.
Hello and welcome to another edition of What for Youth, a program designed to educate, inform and inspire youth for a brighter tomorrow. Today's edition is specially dedicated to celebrate Nigeria independence at 60. Nigeria gained her independence on October 1st, 1960 after 59 years rule under the British colonialists. We are looking at the achievement the country has attained so far, ranging from being the largest economy in Africa, the 21st largest economy in the world, the 13th largest oil producer in the world, and the biggest oil producer in Africa. In 2009, UNESCO reported that Nigeria's film industry Nollywood is the second biggest behind India's Bollywood. Although it's not all rosy for the country, as National Bureau of Statistics reported that more than 82 million Nigeria lives in less than $1 per day. From the World Bank report in June this year, poverty rate in Nigeria is expected to rise from 40.1% in 2019 to 42.5% in 2020. This and many more is what we are going to be looking at on the show today. Stay with us as we go on the short break. We'll be right back.
Nigeria, a country blessed with a vibrant youth population, a grossly underutilized youth population. What are the challenges of youth development? What are the solutions? As a youth, what are your contributions to national development, ensuring you become one of tomorrow's leaders of a greater Nigeria? Answers to these questions and the X-ray of burning youth development issues are our focus on Word for Youth. Word for Youth. It is what it is.
Welcome back. Joining me on the show today to look at these issues and more is Anate Adams, popularly known as Felele. He is the former SUG president, Federal University Lokoja, a young activist and also a political analyst. Sitting next to him is Danlami Abubakar, a football player with Kogi United. And to my left here is Baba Ojonugwa, popularly known as Baba JFO. He is the National Vice President, Performing Music Employers Association of Nigeria, PMAN. And sitting close to him is Hamza Usman, a music artist, and Shedrack, a student. You're all welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. Let me start with you, Baba Ojonugwa. 60 years after Nigeria's independence, how satisfied are you with the situation of the country?
Well, after 60 years as a united country, forced to live together, anybody who says he's satisfied with Nigeria is not okay. You know, I am not satisfied with Nigeria, and I believe our ancestors are not even satisfied with Nigeria. And so also is everybody that I've seen. Nobody is satisfied with Nigeria. Nigeria is an old man behaving like a toddler. You know, because our mates, people who are 60, countries who are 60 years, have already gone very far. Look at Singapore, look at Ghana, look at India. So many countries who began with Nigeria have gone so far, but it doesn't mean it's the end of the road. It can still get better.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. Adams, your opinion?
Honestly, we can't, just like what Baba JFO has said, I don't think there is anybody you meet on the street today or any cooperative organization that will tell you that they are satisfied at the pace which Nigeria is developing. It's like we take a step forward and take 5 backward. There's no satisfactory in the pace of development in Nigeria at all, honestly.
Is this opinion mutual?
Yeah.
Okay. But I'll ask this question, why? Why are we facing this 60 years? A lot of people will blame the colonialists for doing this to us. Are we, after 60 years, are we really justifying the lack of development in the country on the British colonialists?
I would say the colonialists. We keep blaming the colonialists. They've given us power 60 years ago. They've given us everything 60 years ago. If after 60 years you have handled something and you cannot be in charge, then something is wrong with you. That's the way I see it.
All right. Any other thing?
Honestly, Nigerians or Nigerian leaders blaming the colonialists for the level of development they find themselves in today. It's just a means of defending their ineptitude of leadership. Because power is given in full, but it's left for an individual to accept power in full. You can accept power to an extent, of which Nigeria has done. They accepted the political power, but the economic power they failed to recognize, of which has brought us to this level of development we find ourselves today. So to me, I think we are the problem of ourselves, not the colonialists, because they handed everything over to us.
Okay.
Seriously, Nigerians, especially our politicians, we need to step up our game because one, most of them they are just selfish. Yeah, because the masses, they don't care about them. Most of the masses these days, they all about themselves. They don't mind what is this one going on. All they know is how to embezzle money for themselves. They don't want to care what people around the streets is. They won't think it.
But do you blame them, or do you blame the people that elect them to that position?
Actually, I will not blame people that elect them because some of them they are good even before attaining that position.
Okay.
But when they get there, they will forget about the people that are outside the people that won't put them there. I think they need to work on themselves, like seriously, because things are not going well in this country. Let's say the fact. And we need to step up our game too. And we need to stand firm. But even the leaders too. Because even you can meet somebody, a good person on the way, and just you say this person is a good person. When he attains that position, you will surprise that everything has changed about him.
That's the truth.
So please, they need to step up their game.
Oh, okay.
Just in contribution to what he has said, I think that view about people changing when they get to particular heights is only particular to Nigeria or African continent. Because when you look at advanced countries, a leader is what he is before he attains and still remain what he is while in office and remain what he is after
leaving.
When a leader in a developed country rides a bicycle before he attains a position, you see that except the official car that the office provides, there is no acquisition of other assets to himself, except the official asset that he's meant to use constitutionally.
Yes.
Then when he leaves office, you don't see this change of lifestyle, this extravagancy, because he has attained a particular office and has gained some financial increment in his status. He used to ride bicycle, then now he's riding a limousine or an advanced automobile machine. So I think it's just particular to Nigeria that a leader will attain somebody you know before will change overnight just because he has attained a particular height or position in our country.
That is where corruption comes in.
Yes.
Nigeria is one of the most corrupt nations in the world, no doubt about it. I do ask this question. Is it that this office, this corruption is situated, or it starts from each and everyone's home? Because I always say family is the unit of any society. You don't just go and start the corrupt attitude there. You need to start from somewhere. Let's say by giving a token to a policeman. You started and you're like, oh, is it not just a token? And you get there, you say this money. I don't know if I'm communicating. And this corruption act doesn't just start a day. Are we looking at it beneath the political position?
Corruption,
Yes.
which is one of the banes of our country, Nigeria, is so rooted in the consciousness of the average Nigerian. Every Nigerian wants to be smart or outsmart the other Nigerian or the other people around them. And it has given our country a very bad image. I was in Kenya. Immediately I got down at the airport. The first thing that I noticed was the fact that all the security men were watching me. There was this
Close attention.
yes, the attention was on me, and I was wondering why. You know, and there were just other people, they would let them move quietly, but they had to do a thorough search. Kenya, our own African countries, you know, and when I got out, I asked the guy helping me with my load, I said, why? He said, you are Igwe now. They watch African Magic, every big man is Igwe. When you say, you are Igwe, and all of them are Igwe are crooky. I felt bad. You know, it has spoiled our image, it's indelible in our psyche, and we need to work on it. The corruption itself is one of the problems of our development.
Exactly.
Because until we remove and uproot the corruption, we will not be developed. And corruption is not just carrying money and all of that is not yours. There's also the corruption of, because ethnicity, you know, nepotism, you know, and religious sentiments, all of these things are all part of the corruption. And these are the things that we should all try to eradicate from our system. So Nigeria, for proper development to occur in Nigeria, we need a total reorientation of our psyche. It's not the government. We keep blaming the government, everything. It's not the government. It's you. It's you. It's me. It's you. We need to reorientate our mindset, our psyche, and think like, I want to make this country better. I don't want to take from the country. We're all taking from the country, and it's wrong.
Yes. And now starting it, should we go down to the family as a unit?
Yes.
Because you see successive governments, they only say, oh, we are chasing the corrupt government officials that have taken money, not minding that this thing grew from the grassroots to up there. They didn't just start the practice there, but it seems we are looking up there to cut the problem from the top.
If you want to cut a problem, you take it from the roots. And in our country, the family is the root of all this crisis. The father and the mother trying to cover up for the little boy who has done something wrong, you know, and a whole lot of corrupt practices that we need to cut off from. Once we're able to get it from the roots, which is the family, it becomes better. Our country will get better and better and better.
All right, what do you have to say, Mr. Anani?
Actually, this corruption of a thing is very long. We will have this problem very, very long. You just have to come together, because the corruption issue is me and you, that we try and put stop to it, because it's very long. As I keep on asking myself, look at those small countries that are not up to Nigerians. Look at how they are well developed, and Nigeria is just very far backward, which is very, very wrong. So it's left for us, the youth now, to come together and make Nigeria great.
Talking about youth, we have one of the largest youth population in the world, but it seems our youth are taking backstage in everything. Political-wise, economic, social-wise, they just want to stay behind and watch. And before the independence, we see youth are the one that even led the struggle. But now they are taking the backstage. Why is this happening?
You see some of our youth today, they don't believe on they can be there themselves and have what they work for. They believe on using them, giving them something and forgetting their own future. So most of the youth, some of us are the one causing this problem to ourselves.
Okay.
Which we just have to come together and put stop to it.
All right, Adams.
To buttress everything, I think Nigerians and the leadership need a mental revolution. We need to realign our focus, because when you start a project, let's say the Nigerian project, it has a target. And for 60 years now, I don't think we've really been on the line of achieving the Nigerian project. So I'm asking what is happening, and you know, when you ask questions, answers are veiled, but it's now left for you to choose the suitable answers. So when I ask what is wrong, people said it's from the citizens. some said it's from the leadership. But just like what Baba JFO said, the first agent of socialization, the first unit of socialization is the family. You replicate what you learn in the family outside the family.
Yes.
Charity begins
At home.
Whatever you learn inside the family is what you extend outside. You can't give what you don't have. So what you are giving at home is what you give outside. And we can see that with our daily engagements in the family, our children, the offsprings are learning. Be it position. You see some families that the father is the head of so department, and before one or two engagements of the father in such position, the house has changed. Let me say, my father is a librarian, he's an e-librarian. Taking it for example, being the head of the Federal College of Education, okay. Let's say for example, my father now started stuffing our house with the gadgets, gadgets of the government. We don't have desktop before, but if I should go home now, peradventure I will meet like 30 desktop in our parlor. You know, me being a rational person, I tend to make inquiry. How is this thing acquired? I want to know if it was bought by my father's hard-earned money or because he's the head of an e-department of the library that can now use such opportunity. So these things we are doing at home, children are learning.
And you see some parents are not even shy to tell you, of course now, government property belongs to everybody. So I have the opportunity and I went there and picked ours, you know.
They are learning, but also to digress from that aspect, our leadership also contributes to our mental construct. Because when a leader has drained a citizen economically, you see every opportunity to enrich yourself. You understand? When there is no proper economic structure to make every citizen live according to their needs and live comfortably, every citizen tend to use every opportunity to better their life. And that is why we see corruption coming out from all angles. Be it farmer. When the farmer spends like 10 naira on his product and is on the norms, he is supposed to make 15 naira gain. He tends to make 1.5 gain on top something that is not worth. So you can see that the corruption practices is coming from all angles.
Yes.
And if we must curtail it, the effort needs to come from all angles as well. As the citizen goes through mental revolution, so does the leadership also needs to go through such process. Because I wonder sometimes our leaders go out, they go out to other developed countries to enjoy themselves. They take out leisure time, vacations.
I'm about going there now because you see any brilliant, extraordinary Nigerian, before you notice, they'll be like, oh, let's travel you out there. It's like as if Nigeria is so against good people, good things, good talents, that we just have to push them out there.
It's the system. The system, we have a systematic failure in the country, you know, whereby when you have something to offer, because I don't like your face, I'd rather go and pick somebody who is zero. It's a systematic failure, and it has to change from our orientation. So you just hate, if you go to civilized climes, when somebody knows what he's doing, I don't care whether you are my friend or not. I give you the job, deliver. But here, why should I give him? Because of this, but he knows the job. He is the right person for the job. You now go and give one person who does not know his left from right, just to prove a point to this person. You are not proving a point to him, you are damaging our country. You know, we see contractors who are supposed to do roads. They should be engineers, you understand? But instead, you just go and see one medical doctor standing with what's that cap again? Safety hat. Safety helmet. What does he know about it? But because his brother is the chief of whatever, or governor or deputy senate, whatever, they give him the contract. And he does the road and sends back the 10% to whoever gave him the contract. After 5 days, the road breaks again, and you're wondering, this government is not the government. We need to change the system. Let's leave the government alone. We are the government. And until we make up our minds that we want our country to be better, we'll continue to have all of this.
Okay. On that note, we'll have to take a pause, go on a short break, and be right back. We are the government. We need to change the system. We'll be right back after this short break. Stay tuned. Welcome back. If you are just joining us, this is What for Youth. And in case this is your first time on the show, please kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel, What for Youth TV, to get subsequent editions of the program. We are discussing Nigeria independence at 60. So far, so good. All right, now, let me come to you, Baba Ojonigwa, as an executive member in the P-Man Association. I'm not going to ask of the challenges you face. I'm going to ask you about Nigerian music. Music is supposed to pass a message.
Like you said about Nollywood, where Nollywood is the second largest in the world. You know, but not quality, quantity. Exactly. Nigerian music is one of the highest revenue generators for our country. Nigerian music is our greatest image launderer, because there's nowhere you go to in this world that they don't play Nigerian music. And once you play Nigerian music, the groove is different.
It's unique.
It's unique. You have to dance.
Talking about dance.
Yes.
We seems to change music narrative to just dance, pleasure. You know, music used to pass message.
Yes, that's
likes of Lucky Dube.
That's where I'm coming. That's where I'm coming. You know, there is what we call art for art's sake, music for music's sake. You know, and then there's what we call didactic music, which is the kind of music you're talking about. Back in the days, in our folk songs used to tell stories and talk about the same thing with today's music. Music is supposed to be a weapon for mass mobilization, orientation, and propaganda. Music is also supposed to be one of the greatest movement materials for every movement, every action. Music sets the mood. You know, music can make you sleep. Music can make you put you awake.
Yes.
And the power of music can never be overemphasized. Nigerian music, right now at this moment, at 60, Nigerian music is not doing badly. It's just that those didactic music that send messages, are lacking. And that is because of the society. They say society gets the music that it deserves. Because Nigeria is in a Naira Marleyan state of mind. That is why Naira Marley will hit. Because yes, a lot of and you put up all the nonsense together. There was a Terry G. Yes, there was a Terry G. And people dance to it. So every generation has their own music for that time. And it's music for music's sake. Look at James Brown. Hey, I feel good. It's funky. That was in the 60s.
Yes.
You know, then the 70s, we had in the 80s, the 90s, then the Y2K, the year 2000. Music, the society gets the music that they deserve. What you are hearing today, the noise, is the music that the society. In the midst of that noise, we still have a Simi, we still have an Adekunle Gold, we still have a Brimo, we still have what's this P-Square's brother, Reason With Me, Rude Boy. We still have a Two-Face. We still have some beautiful songwriters with messages, you know. But the noise supersedes the message, because Nigeria today is noise and nonsense.
Noise and nonsense. That means if anyone stands today to say this present youth is not ready to take leadership position, are they too hard on us?
Nobody gives you power. You have to take power. If His Excellency Yaya Bello had sat down in his house waiting for power to be trusted on him, he would never have gotten it. When I stood up to contest the House of Rep, I didn't have a kobo, but I knew there was a reason for me to make a move. You know, I may not have gotten it then, but I made an impact to come 5th on the ballot.
All right.
Nothing.
I'll come back to that. Let me get to Dan Lamy. Dan Lamy, talking about football as a football player. Recently, FIFA ranking shows that Nigeria is 29th in the world and 3rd in Africa. Is that good enough for the country?
You know, before we are not 29 in the world.
In the world, yes.
Yeah, so being 29 in the world now show that there is improvements, and being 3rd in
Africa.
We are know with time we'll do more and get better and go beyond where we are now.
We used to be number 1 in Africa. Now we are 3rd. I know we dropped before the 3rd position. Are we really getting it right in terms of sport in the country?
Not 100% right. We are not getting 100% right. We are just trying, because this same politics we are talking about is in the football aspect, in the area of football too again.
Okay.
You see some youth talented player that can play, because they don't have godfather, so they will not take them. So the thing is still keeping us backward in terms of that area, which I know with time maybe it will get better.
All right. Okay, let me go to you now, Adams. Young activist, political scientist. We've talked about the political side of Nigeria, but as a young activist, I want to ask you about this. Activism in Nigeria is taking a new dimension. We used to see very agile, very determined youth that if they want to change a course in the country, it doesn't take them a minute to revolutionize a society. But now we are seeing activists, will I say they are not working, or will I say they are not dancing to the tune of the government?
Thank you for that obvious question. When you look at activism in Nigeria today, I think it has been corrupted. The corruption that is taking place in the political atmosphere in the country has extended to activism itself. And activism is just an instrument to address every policy that then tend to inconvenience the citizens. So let me take it from the side of student activism on campus. The student union is to agitate for a better policy that suits the student, that makes the student comfortable to attain their objective, which is to come out in flying colors after the end of their
services
years in the university.
Okay.
But you see today that before, I don't know, you must have heard about Ali Must Go. The Ali Must Go.
Yes. 79
protest. It was led by the Nigerian students. It was very effective, and their ambition and objective was attained, even though they were oppressed and suppressed by arms and military parastatals. But the objective was attained. But if you should venture into such lane now, you'll be surprised that your fellow comrades will be the one to sell you out. So activism has actually taken another dimension in Nigeria that is leading to everything being referred back to politics.
Yes.
When you see students coming out for positions, they look for political godfathers to sponsor their campaigns. Then when they get there, they only act on the dictate of such a support, such a sponsor.
You now see them mobilizing students for political parties.
You understand? So when we said activism in Nigeria now, I think when you want to rate activism in Nigeria now, whoever gives activism 1%, the person, I don't know if he's really in Nigeria. To me, I'll give activism 0%.
Wow.
Because taking some notable active forums like the Nigerian Youth Council, National Youth Council of Nigeria. When you ask about National Youth Council of Nigeria, now I don't think they can really place something on table that this is our objective. Everything has been politicized. That when you come on board as a leader, you have to properly with a political party, either the incumbent or whoever is still viable, is still available for sponsorship. You have to be in line with them. And by that, when something is wrong within the state, local government, or the national, you can't ask because you've already been sold out.
Exactly.
So this is the problem activism is facing in Nigeria today.
So even among the youths themselves, there is no unification.
The issue of unification, the absence of unification in youth activism now has led to the uprise, the establishment of different youth groups. When this one sees that if he's a member of this group today, and he sees that his objective, his own personal interest
is not there,
is not being met, he tends to deviate and form another. The next thing you hear that after National Youth Council of Nigeria, you hear another National Youth Progressive Union of Nigeria. So has the system been polluted with different youth organizations, and without coherent idea and unified effort, there is no how the youth will make noise today in the country that is very effective. That's
Exactly.
just the honest truth.
All right. We have the largest, I would say the largest population in Nigeria. We are like a deciding factor in terms of politics. Do you think we can bring that unification to realization to get what we really want in this country?
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of decision.
Okay.
Me personally, presently I'm a coordinator of Nigerian Youth for Good Governance, Kogi State Chapter. It's just a new association that is taking up a new direction towards good governance. And when you said the effect of youth as a deciding factor in the country, the problem is that the youth has failed to recognize their power, their rights. If 90% of the youth of today should stand for one reason and everybody agree to such reason, I believe you, a change will happen. But still, bestowing that trust on the youth today, people are being skeptical. Just like the example I gave, some people will still, out of this agreement, sell out, struggle. When you want to be an activist, it's not that you be neutral. It's a constitutional demand that you must participate in the political
process
engagement in the country. But so also must you stand as an activist too. If I'm an APC adherent now, as an activist, when APC is doing something wrong, I wouldn't care because I'm an APC adherent. Send out questions. This need explanation to the citizen. But one thing about Nigerian leadership now is that lack of communication between the leadership and the citizens.
And if you tell some leaders that they are wrong, they'll rush you. They'll so mess you up, you'll be wondering,
Pressure is high.
I'm trying to help this person, and so that's it.
Honestly.
People used to be power, you know.
Yeah.
But now we can't really say that people have the power. You know, democracy is defined as government of the
People by the people, for the people.
But
That's
I
not
think
possible.
That definition has honored now. The level of absolute control by who is in position than what is
Voted for.
Okay.
You understand?
We'll come to the way forward, but let me ask Shedrack to give us his own opinion in terms of educational sector in Nigeria. Nigeria is not ranked among the 1,500 top university in the world. Alarming, isn't it?
Yeah. What I say in all those things is that, one, the education sector is not moving forward. Yeah. Because even they are not helping. Look at the facilities in the schools these days, no one encouraging. Just imagine some school don't have equipment, the laboratory, everything is just spoiled, damages. So I think the government need to invest in schools these days to help the students to learn. And again, to give them the assurance that when they graduate, there will be job for them outside there. Because most crimes these days, mostly youth are on it. And if you look, most crimes they are just doing all those things. It's really affecting this country itself.
Okay.
When they empower the youth, I mean the student after graduate, you will see that their mind will not even go there to commit crime.
But you see, these days people don't even want to employ graduate because it's like they leave school half-baked. Nobody wants to bring, especially private organizations. Aside public sectors that we see that is not really working, no private organization will want to employ Nigerians that are schooled in Nigerians to head any of their department. They will tell you Nigerian institution is education system is poor. Any graduate churn out of that place is half-baked. Now you're talking of employment. We are not even getting it right in the school system itself before graduation.
That is why the government need to chip in on this one.
Okay.
By the time you equip the student, they are ready to learn. When you can't put me somewhere that is not convenient for me and you expect me to learn fast like others. It won't work. But when the school is equipped, I promise you, the student will learn and they will come out with a good grade. And when you test them, you know that when this student is good. I think the government needs to help this education system because the education system is poor. And we really need to invest money on it so the student can learn well and come out with a good grade and good abilities.
All right, Hamza, talking of unemployment, the recent research shows that Nigeria is at all-high 33.5% unemployment rate. What do you have to say on that? And you see successive government comes with different intervention program, but people keep asking, is it about training the youths to go sit at home or you empower them with capital?
You know, what I'm seeing in Nigeria about the unemployment, like what Baba JFO has said, that like you see people that want to be in that particular position, who know the best, who know what to do. But due to it doesn't have godfather, it doesn't have who can support him, who can like, okay, as in give you a letter to meet that person to put it there, then you have that chance to be there. They can just go and just pick somebody who doesn't even know the right and the left, no, they'll just put him there. And before you know, things will be somehow. But in Nigeria today, I can see that some people just graduate walking around. You see some people that don't even know, they don't even go to primary school. But the office that's supposed to be in position of people that have finished, that graduate from university, they'll give it to somebody that don't even go to school. That's what is happening in the country. You know, what we need to do is just like we need to wake up. You know, when we wake up, I believe things will get better.
I think everything still leads to corruption. Corruption.
Leaders is a major problem.
That's how it
in this
works.
country.
Everybody will be blaming the leaders.
The leaders.
What about the followers? You have the power to remove that leader.
Exactly.
But we are so docile, we are so submissive.
And I don't even think we know our rights
God will not come down and do anything
as a
for
citizen.
Again, when you say the people who have the power to remove the leader,
Yes.
the people will do that. But at the end, it's not our decision. Now it's the country that we are now. We can't even decide for ourselves again.
I
but you get it.
I don't like to have that kind of mindset. Because Nigeria, we're going through a phase right now. And like I told somebody, I said, once somebody gets to be 60 years old, he gets ready for retirement. So that by the time you're 65, you retire. And that 5 years, a lot of things happen. 1966, we had a coup. 1976, we had another coup. Counter coup and lots of things. Then 1986, I think there was a coup too in 86. Then 1999, sorry, I'm mixing it up, sorry. 1969, first 1959 we were preparing for independence in 1960. 1959. Then 1969 we were preparing to move the country forward and the coup came in 70 and the Civil War. Then 1979 democracy came back again. Then 99 democracy came again, 99 and 2009 now uninterrupted. So let's know that a change is about to occur in Nigeria at this point, and it must occur. Our mindset must change, a new generation of leaders are already taking their places slowly, and in the next 10 years, most of these old men would they will be out of the system.
Do you think they can really be out of the system?
They are already getting out of the system. In Kogi State, for example, there's no old man in government. The same thing in River State. The North is also key in. Kaduna State. Slowly, it's a process. In 10 years' time, you will not see any old man again. You will be the leaders of this country. You are already the leaders. But you need to take your place.
All right. Is there anyone that wants to chip in any other thing before we round it up? We are talking of way forward for the country here.
The way forward, let me just say concerning the issue of the educational sector.
Okay.
I think a country that is determined to go forward must greatly invest in the education of the country, because that's the thinking faculty of the country. But as Nigeria is now, the thinking faculty of Nigeria is on break.
Exactly.
You understand? The thinking faculty of Nigeria is on break. And I don't think even the COVID-19 saga, the prevention measures that were issued out to us to follow, only God knows where it was cut from. I just believe it was duplicated from what the Western world
is
to us. But our own indigenous research, I don't think anything ever happened. Even though there was a COVID-19 task force establishment that were meant to look for solutions, I don't think such rigorous research were taken out. So when a country wants to develop, it's obvious you must invest in the educational sector, because that is where ideas, vigorous research and solutions are developed from. And it's obvious Nigeria is at a zero level of development in their educational system. As we stand here to discuss today, I don't think there's any institution in Nigeria that can, even a private university, that can wholeheartedly boast or put hands on his chest that he can operate a virtual means of educating his or her students for a whole session. I don't think there is any. Because this COVID-19 would not have stopped the system of education in Nigeria if we would have been where we are supposed to be. It didn't stop some countries. Students are at home receiving lectures. A school in South Africa subscribed for the whole student 368 or 67 gig.
Digital-wise, I would say Nigeria is lagging behind. Nigeria is lagging behind, and the world is going digital, and it's like we are still on the analog age, trying to fight our way in.
Not even really fully assume the analog, so it will take us time to
even
before we
get the digital aspect of the world. Why the world is moving.
So
wow.
See where we find ourselves as a country.
This is so disheartening. Although, as Baba JL4 said, there is a way forward and we are moving forward.
I always believe there is hope for Nigeria.
There is hope.
Many people on media and on a physical contact make these negative declarations and utterances that they've given up in Nigeria. For me, I don't think it's over for Nigeria.
All right.
There is hope.
There's hope for Nigeria. All right, I think we'll wrap it up there. Thank you so much for joining us on this show. Let me start with Baba Januga. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Then Lami. Thank you. Adams, Shadrach, and Hamza. Thank you all so much for making your time up on the show today. You've all heard from our guest. Corruption is endemic in Nigeria, and it's up to you and me to make the change we need to see in this country. We all desire to see in this country. So this is where we wrap it up on the show today. To come your way, same time, same channel, next week for another spicy edition of the program, What for Youth. Keep watching. I remain your host, Khadijat Mohammed. Please kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel to get subsequent editions of the program, and of course, our other social media platform displayed on your screen. Until I come your way next week, stay safe, stay positive, and happy Independence Day.
Hey, transforming your world, Transforming your dreams, transforming your ideas to come true.